the smell would seep through our walls and our house would stink so bad. We got a letter in the mail from our rental company and it was an eviction notice. We got an eviction notice, us. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. A lot of you guys have messaged me on Instagram, which by the way, if you are not following me over there, please do, link down below. But a lot of you guys have been asking for an update on our noisy, rude neighbor situation that I talked about a couple of months ago on my vlog channel. Well, I have some updates for you, but before I get into that, I wanted to share with you guys a jewelry company. Luisa reached out to me and asked if I'd be willing to work with them again, and I of course said yes. I love every single piece that they have sent me. They are a carbon neutral company, which means they give back for everything that they take from the earth, which I think is really important. Their pieces are exceptional quality. They only use the best materials. They also have fair prices that start as low as $39. Now I'm wearing the moonstone heart one. All these pieces could be like worn every day, and then also you can dress them up depending on what you're wearing. I will leave a link down below. Luisa is actually having their Black Friday sale right now, so if you guys are interested, the link is down below. And thank you, Luisa, for working with me again and sending me these beautiful necklaces. I love them. All right, on to the update on the neighbors. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna start from the beginning because I know a lot of you guys probably missed the updates that were on my vlog channel. If you're not subscribed to my vlog channel, I totally recommend that you do that right now so you don't miss any of our vlogs. I post way more on that channel than I do on this channel. So to start from the beginning, we moved into this place May 1st, and for the first month that we lived here, the whole month of May, we had no neighbors on the left or the right side of us. So we were in the middle, we had no neighbors, and it was very nice, let me tell you. On June 1st, a bunch of guys, like I think that there was 4 guys and 1 girl who moved into a 3-bedroom place. This place is like really nice, and most of the people who live here have families, so I don't know who rented that out to them. But anyway, they moved in, and the day that they moved in, they were blaring music so loud, like not even just like loud music, but it was like thumping music. I was like, hey, like they're moving in, they probably have people helping them move in like we did. They were like, I wanted to give them like the benefit of the doubt. Like they were moving in, it was the first day, like sure, they probably had music, like they were unpacking, like it's fine. It was really annoying, but I like tried to like ignore it, thinking that it would like only be like that day. Well, it got worse and worse and worse every single day, pretty much all day, in the middle of the night, like literally like 3 a.m. and there would be extremely loud thumping music, vibrating the floors, vibrating the walls. So we were getting annoyed. So Dan went over there and knocked on their door and let them know that we could hear their music and if they could please turn it down because we have kids who are trying to sleep and it's like disturbing us. And he said it in a really nice way, and I wasn't there, but apparently like the guy that he was talking to was like, oh, I'm so sorry, yeah, we'll keep it down. Like he was like being nice about it. So we thought everything was good. It continued. It got worse and worse, and they were constantly smoking marijuana, and the smell would seep through our walls and our house would stink so bad, and I didn't feel comfortable having like our kids breathing that. I obviously didn't like it. Dan obviously didn't like it, and also the kids, like I just didn't know what kind of effects that would have, like that it would have on them breathing it. I was just like so uncomfortable, like this needed to stop. And then also they were getting very loud yelling wise. We would hear them screaming and swearing at each other, stomping up the stairs. It was just ridiculous. Honestly, they were the rudest neighbors. They were so rude, and Dan went over there and knocked on their door again and told them like, hey, like it's still happening, can you please stop? This was like a different day. And again they were like, oh, we're sorry, yeah, we're gonna stop. They did not stop. We ended up messaging our landlord and told her what was going on, and she's like, okay, that is not acceptable, like they cannot be doing that. Smoking marijuana is legal here, but you're only allowed to do it on your property, and like I don't think that this counts as your property because we're renting, and I think they can decide if you're allowed to or not. I don't know. I really don't know how it works, but they were not happy about that, and like it was definitely like affecting other tenants, us anyway. And yeah, it was just getting really ridiculous. She told us that she would contact the rental company, but she needed us to keep like a log and let her know the exact time and date that everything was happening, like when we smelt the marijuana, when we heard the music. And we were like, hey, it's pretty much like constant, but she like needed dates and times. She needed dates and times, like specific dates and times. So we would like write down everything that was happening. It was so annoying. And then we would tell her, and for a while she was like getting back to us and she was trying to help us. She would go over there and talk to them and tell them like that is not okay. Honestly, every time that they opened their front door and we were outside, on our front step you could smell it, and it was so strong, like ridiculously strong. And at one point my mom was outside and we were like, I don't know what we were doing, just like hanging out outside on the step, and they opened their front door because they were leaving or they were coming home. And my mom was like, oh my god, that is really bad. I'm like, I know, it's really bad. And we had to light candles all the time to get rid of the smell. It smelled so bad, like in every single room. The landlord eventually, she like made this like fake notice thing where she like put it on like a couple other, like our doorstep and their doorstep and like the other doorstep on the other side of them, to come in and do like an inspection. But it wasn't like really an inspection. She told us that it was just like, she made it look like they were inspecting everyone's unit, but really it was just for her to go to their unit to like see what was going on in their unit. I vlogged this day, but I took the kids to the water park that day and I didn't get back until like 15 minutes after she said she was going to be there. So I missed her, but when I got back, she was at their unit standing on the step and she was like, you guys cannot be doing this, okay? That is not okay, blah blah blah. I don't really know too much because I went in the house and wasn't gonna like stand out there and just like listen to her lecture them, but she was not happy, you could tell. And after, I thought that like it was going to be good after that because she was talking to them, but it still didn't get better at all. Like they kept getting warning after warning after warning, and they didn't care. They did not care at all. And she told us that the next time it happens to let her know and she will call the police. Well, we did. It happened like literally like a day after, and she didn't respond to us. And we kept like telling her like the log of like when it was happening, and she stopped responding to us. And we were getting annoyed because like it kept happening, and now the landlord's not helping us anymore. She's probably annoyed with us because we're just constantly complaining about them, but like it needed to be complained about. Okay guys, this is the part where you're gonna be like, what? And we were definitely like, oh my god, what? Like, how? Anyway, we got a letter in the mail from our rental company. It was addressed to Dan and I at our address, and it was an eviction notice. We got an eviction notice. We got an eviction notice, and it said that the smell of marijuana was coming from our unit, disturbing other tenants around us, and if we don't stop, we will be evicted. And I was like, are you serious? What is this? Like, I wasn't too worried about it because obviously it's a mistake. We have been complaining about the smell of marijuana and the music to them, so like they clearly have on record, because not only were we texting our landlord, but we were also filling out forms and sending them to the rental company as well, because she told us to do that as well, just so there's like a formal record or something. So like I was like, this is clearly a mistake, but like this is really stupid. Like, why are you sending us the eviction notice? Like, we're the ones that were complaining, we're not getting complained about, you know? So we obviously messaged the landlord and was like, hey, like, what's this? Like, that's not that's wrong. And she never got back to us again. Like, she just literally ignored us. So we were like, hey, okay. Just like forgot about the letter because like it wasn't for us, and like whatever, even though it was for us, but like if they tried to actually evict us, we'll be like, no, okay, like no. So like we weren't super worried about it, but a couple weeks later we had a like fire drill, not a fire drill, like when they come in and like just make sure, like they like change the batteries in the fire alarms and just like make sure that they're all working. They do that like once a year to just make sure that you're safe. So we had that set up, and Dan was getting home from, oh, he had a dentist appointment that morning. So he was coming home from the dentist appointment and he saw the landlord and like the guy who tests the fire alarms outside, because she had to like go and like take notes, making sure that he did check them. So she was outside, he ran into her, and it was kind of awkward because like obviously she knows that she's ignoring our messages, and Dan ran into her. But he's like, yeah, we need to talk to you. And then she said, okay. And then so I wasn't outside, but Dan told me what happened. So basically, oh, and I forgot to mention that we have neighbors on the other side now. It's like a family with like a young baby, so like that's good. The lady who lives there was also outside, so it was Dan, the landlord, and then our new neighbors that are on the right side of us. So Dan was telling the landlord about the letter and was like, hey, what is this? Like, we clearly weren't the ones that were doing that. And she's like, oh yeah, don't worry about that, like I've already talked to them, like just disregard that. And then the reason that we got the eviction notice is because our neighbors on the right side, that lady, complained about us because she could smell the marijuana coming from our unit. That's just like proves how bad that the smell of marijuana was, because it not only came into our unit, but it went into her unit, and she thought it was us and complained to the rental company about us, and that's why we got the eviction notice. Like, what? I know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so she apologized because she's like, oh my god, like I'm sorry, I thought it was you. And Dan's like, it's fine, like this is obviously like those people need to leave their apartment because they're disturbing everyone. Like, so yeah. And then they checked our fire alarms or whatever and then left. That was at the end of September, I believe. If I like find the dates, I will put them on the screen, but I don't really know the dates. But that happened at the end of September. Then I think it was October 1st or the very last day of September. I was homeschooling Caden and I looked out the window because I heard like noises. So I looked and there was a U-Haul in the neighbor's driveway, the noisy, smelly neighbor's driveway. they had a U-Haul. So I immediately like took a picture and I sent it to Krista, I sent it to Dan, I sent it to my mom and was like, oh my god, I think the neighbors got evicted. Because we didn't hear anything from the landlord. Honestly, we haven't heard from the landlord since the fire alarm day. We haven't heard anything from her since then. So she hasn't told us anything, but we saw the U-Haul. I was like, oh my god, I think they got evicted. I think they moved out. But I wasn't like for sure because there was like a bunch of guys living there. So I was like, maybe just one left. Like, what if they're still there? I hope they're all gone, but like maybe just one person moved out and the rest are still there. So I waited. I wanted to check in their windows, but I was like, okay, if they're in there, like they're gonna see me, and then they're gonna complain about me being like a creep. So I didn't check in their windows, but their car never was in the driveway since the U-Haul left. I can tell you right now, they have officially left. I don't know if they were evicted. I'm assuming that they were evicted, but like I said, we haven't heard anything from the landlord. And honestly, I don't really want to message her because it's fine, because everything's been great since. Everything has been great since they left. But for a while, like, we weren't really sure if they were gone. Their car wasn't there. And we're like, hey, they're clearly gone. So we get like flyers and newspapers. They leave them on our front step. And they have like so many weeks worth of newspapers and flyers on their front step, like just like wet and like gross, just sitting there because no one lives there and it's just nobody's opening the door to get it. But something that I wanted to tell you guys about, it was like dark outside and when they moved out, I guess they left their lights on and windows open, and I walked by their window and I saw inside and it is trashed. The place is trashed. There's garbage all over the floor, all over the kitchen counter. From what I could see, it looked like there was just a huge mess in there. So they either got really mad that they were evicted and just like didn't clean. They obviously didn't clean. Didn't clean up anything. They just left the place just a complete disaster. They might have even damaged a bunch of stuff, and it's like been 2 months and like the landlord or like the rental company, they haven't even been in the building that I know of. They have not cleaned it. They haven't gotten it like ready for new tenants. They can't even show it because it's completely gross on the inside. So it doesn't really make any sense why they haven't done any of that stuff unless they're like needed like the police or somebody to come and like take record of like the destruction that they caused. I don't know, maybe they're like suing them or something. I don't know, but something bad is going on because that place has not been cleaned out, and or maybe they just were rude and left their garbage. I don't know. I haven't heard anything, but I feel like it was probably they were angry, trashed the place, destroyed some stuff, and that's why they haven't cleaned it. So I don't know. If I have any more updates on what is going on and if like new people ever move in next door, make sure you guys are following and are subscribed to my vlog channel to keep up with that. I'll definitely mention something as soon as I know something, because I'm sure I'll probably figure something out. I'm sure Dan will like ask the landlord eventually if we ever run into her. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys check out Ana Luisa and their Black Friday sale, link down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Follow me on Instagram and my vlog channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
You're crazy for saying I should slow down.